what are the key elements of both public and corporate governance? You know, capability and trust. Okay. When you have both, then it serves as a foundation of activity that's promoting trust in the service or product offered to both internal and external customers. When you have both, it enhances overall capability by avoiding various forms of rework to improve efficiency. And consequently, you also reduce security costs. You're able to address the problem of poverty and security. And finally, I think any organization, public or private organization, the objective is to increase the bottom line. For the tax agency, the objective is to increase revenues, tax collection. Okay. For the private sector, revenues could also mean profits, sales. But what is also important is you've got to manage the cost. What is the cost of doing business? If you're not able to manage the cost of doing business, both in the public sector and in the private sector, then it will affect your bottom line. Less profit, less revenue. But this is only possible when there is effectiveness and efficiency of service. In the public sector, tax agency, there is effectiveness and efficiency, to the tax-paying public. In the private sector, there is effective and efficient service to the customers. But, if you look at this, all of this emanates also in terms of the security context. You've got to connect it, to the elements of capability and trust. When you have all of this, then ultimately you address one poverty, which is monetary poverty. This is important to the public sector, but it is also equally important to the private sector. Let me end here, and perhaps let's have a Q&A.
So before Attorney Banyas brings us to the last part of this presentation, we're going to open the floor for question and answer. Just please state your name and your affiliation, and please use the microphone because we are being recorded by our IT guys for records purposes. So anyone who wants to ask a question to Attorney Banyas, please raise your hand and proceed to the microphone.
Attorney Villegas. Attorney Villegas was my former professor in law school.
That's how old I am. Attorney Banyas, when you joined the Arroyo administration, you required that you have access to the president. So in the course of your 18 months or 30 months?
19 months.
19 months. I assume you were reporting matters to the president.
There were occasions where, Secretary Camacho and I meet the president. Now, I really don't mind that because Secretary Camacho, was very supportive of the reform. I think you need the support of the Secretary of Finance. So I didn't have a problem in my meetings with the president where almost always, in fact, I would even request that Secretary Camacho should be there. Because if you look at the structure of government, tax policy should really be the concern of the Department of Finance. Tax administration should be the concern of the BAR and DOC. But I think since we initiated this reform, it's important to have the support of the head of the department. Because the support of the Secretary of Finance eventually also you get the support of the members of the cabinet. Okay, so that's how we operated, okay, during that time. Yes, I have a direct access to the president, but at the same time, you know, in most of my meetings, okay, Secretary Calmaso, okay, is always with me. Now, there were occasions that I go to the president when I actually raised some concerns and problems. Okay, that should be known to her first. I think there were a few times where I met her privately, okay, to raise some, okay, serious issues.
But to be fair to the president also, the way our government operates, there's also the legislative branch.
Yes.
And in other words, you have to deal with the top man in the executive, and you have to deal also with the leaders of the Congress.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't have much problem with the Senate. I think the problem is really with the House of Representatives. As I said a while ago, okay, it's really very ironical because most of the 15 congressmen, I think probably I would say even 3/4 of them, you know, were members of the ruling party. Now, I cannot reconcile members of the ruling party or the president filing a plunder case against the Commissioner of Internal Revenue, personally chosen and appointed. I cannot reconcile it. Okay, perhaps I think, okay, what was really lacking also, okay, is, you know, trying to, you know, get some, okay, you know, okay, supporters also in the House of Representatives, because I have some supporters also, okay, in the House of Representatives, but the resistors, the 15 are more vocal than my supporters.
And if they determine there were shortage in collection, it's because of the expected revenues. And revenues are based on budgets.
Yes.
Budgets are determined by Congress.
Budget is actually submitted, okay, by the executive and approved by Congress. But the initiative comes from the executive. Okay. The budget, okay, is presented, okay, to Congress because under the Constitution, you've got to have an appropriations vote annually. So budget, okay, is crafted, initiated by the executive, and presented to, okay, Congress for final approval. Now, during my first year, we actually exceeded the budget by $250 million. Okay, but okay, the reform started, okay, you know, early part of 2001, but heightened in early part of 2002. Then, okay, doon nagsimula yung problema.
Because my understanding with the process of the budget is they usually increase budget. I mean, certain figures. So they don't go back to the basic. So it's just an increase and an increase. So the commissioner will have to meet certain targets, and it's a yearly. And it can really get difficult for commissioners to meet those targets.
Yes, sir, because I think the difficult part also is, okay, I actually even question how budget was set. Because, you know, it's actually not based on certain parameters. We look at the preceding budget, last year's budget, and from there, okay, you just make certain adjustments. I don't know whether they factor in the economic growth, okay, because, okay, during my second year, 2002, 2001, okay, the economy grew, okay, by about, I think, almost 5%. But the increase of the budget of both DOC and AR increased to more than 10%. So there is actually a disconnect. How can, okay, two revenue agencies meet its revenue target, okay, higher than the growth last year and even the forecast growth for that year? It's difficult.